能够被保护起来。
This is a normal seminar room in our institute. Anyway, maybe we can. יכול לכבות חלק מהאור, בוא נראה, תנסה. כן, עוד אחד. אוקיי. אוקיי, יפה. We are in our institute is named Agriculture Research Organization, the Volcani Center. Has nothing to do with Volcani. We don't study about volcano. This is the name of one of the first founders of this institute about 70 years ago. So we are a state institute from the Minister of Agriculture, and so this is part of the Minister of Agriculture of Israel. Okay.
我们这个组织的名字就叫做它的以色列农业研究组织。那么它的名字叫做 Volcani， 但是这个 Volcani 呢，并不是说他们要研究这个真正的 Volcani， 他们只是这个人只是他们的最初的创始人之一，所以他们用他的名字来纪念他，就叫了这个名字。同时，这个组织呢，也是以色列农业部下属的一个研究中心。
Okay, now, just so you will know who I am. My name is Dov Pruski. I was head of the Department of Post-Harvest Science of this. I was head of the Institute of Food Science. I also was deputy director of the whole Volcani Center. Now I am presently an Israeli member of in the European Committee for Science representing Israel. And now I became a scientist, a simple scientist in the Institute. Now, one of the new activities is I strongly collaborating with Gansu University in Lanzhou in China. This is something new that I am doing in the last. I just came 10 days ago. So, ni hao.
关于这个我们的教授呢，他的名字就是 Dov Pruski， 然后他这以下是他之前的头衔啊，然后他现在是他是这个农业采后技术的这个主任，也是我们的食物科学的那个研究处的这个头，然后他也是这个农业研究组织的这个副总裁，然后等等等等。然后他说现在呢他是回归到一个单纯的科学家，但是他在10天之前呢才去了我们这个大陆的这个甘肃农业大学，然后在兰州做了一个合作之类的工作。
Okay, now this institute is the research arm of the Minister of Agriculture. Maybe you can sit in the front if you prefer. It's the main agricultural research center in Israel. So what is our mission? Our mission is to contribute to productivity and high tech. I understand that you want to see some of the high tech indications of this particular Israel, and this is what I want to show you. I will not show you about all the activities of this institute, but very specific points that have contributed to the increased productivity of Israel.
那么我们这个现在所在的这个农业中心呢，它是刚刚也说了，是这个以色列农业部的下属的一个研究中心，同时呢，它也是以色列现在的农业为主要的最大的一个农业研究中心。那么这个组织它的任务是什么呢？就是说要利用这个高科技来给这个农作物提高它的产量。那个教授刚刚说他明白大家来这里是想看一些这边的高科技，他等一下也会挑选一些比较特别的一些高科技来给大家提供这个解释。
Okay, so what we do since we are part of the Ministry of Agriculture, we try to solve emerging problems in agriculture for the benefit of the farmers and the consumers. And this is our main task.
他们的
Okay. Sorry.
他们的主要任务就是还是通过这个高科技来解决在农业上现在正在出现的一些问题，也是为了当以色列的农民和这个我们消费者的一些利益。
Okay. Now, I will talk about the different aspects of food security, food and agricultural research, the contribution of the volcanic, fruit quality, fruit losses, and how we can improve. This is in the 1 hour. I will try to summarize all these subjects.
那今天他要给大家介绍这5个点就是第一个就是它的食品安全和在世界上的这个供应，第二个就是食品和农业的研究，第三个就是他们这个中心对于的贡献，第四个就是他们的水果的质量，第5个就是关于水果的采后处理、采后技术的改良和他们水果的这个遗失。
Okay, so one of the food security, the market is during all these years developing in different ways. At the beginning, we need to supply yield for the growers, so our agriculture will make more money. Now we start looking for shelf life, improve quality, then taste and texture. Now then nutritional quality. Nowadays we are trying to develop new cultivars with very specific vitamins and all this type of material that will be of so we could sell our produce in a better way, because we are competing with Morocco, we are competing with Spain, we are competing with Turkey, that they are bigger, so we have to come with high quality.
这是他们这个以色列这个农业市场的发展史，简要的发展史。从最开始只是说这个在农场里面，然后到后来是货架，再到后来要对这个水果蔬菜的口味，然后它的那个材质和它的形状提出一些要求，到后来的对它的营养质量提供一些要求，一直到现在的。他说，像我们图片上展示的，要给他在那些五颜六色的，就是什么维他命等等之类的，因为他们要和那个摩洛哥，然后西班牙还有土耳其等等更大的市场进行竞争。
So the question is, what can we make? We can produce more. We can do it in a different way. That's the problem. The problem is nowadays there are big problems of global warming, problems of energy, problems of food problems in some countries, and the problem of water. Our main problem is water. So that's the main problem that we have to start dealing.
他们现在呢也面临着许多问题就像刚刚图片展示的，包括能源问题，然后全球变暖问题，然后包括食品供应的问题，然后以色列面临的最严重的问题呢，就是我们左下角这个水资源缺乏的问题。
So this is our small Israel. Israel is surrounded by Lebanon, Syria, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and here we are, 22,000 kilometers, relatively low amount of GDP, and the amount of people employed in agriculture is relatively low compared to the 8 million that we are. But beside that, we are trying to produce more and more. The key point of Israel is that the agricultural sector has benefited in the past. In the past, it's important from high levels of investment in research and development, well-developed education system, and high-performing extension services. Extension is the relation between the science and the grower. Israel is a world leader of many aspects of agricultural technology, particularly those associated with farming in arid conditions.
他刚刚介绍了一下整个以色列的概况， 就是说它周围被许多其他阿拉伯国家所包围着，然后等等之类的。然后现在它是说我们这个农业研究中心呢，它的投资就是说专门是要从一些更高等级的投资到这个研究和它的发展上面来，然后同时也有一些比较发展的比较好的这个教育系统。然后现在呢，以色列是全球在农业科技方面的这个领先者。
This is very important to understand that the increasing productivity during all the years, it's depending on per cubic meter and per capita. This actually indicates that for the same amount of water, we are producing more and more, and this is important. Why? Because we don't have water. Now, it also indicates that per capita is also increasing. If we take in account that there are less people working in agriculture, it means that less people become more productive. And this is what you see. But this is the part of the capability to produce more product by the same amount of water. This is the key point for Israel.
这个就是他们近年来从这个1980年到现在一个他们以色列这个产量以及它的效率的一个曲线图。然后紫色的那个呢，就是说它每一立方米的水，它每年的这个产量。然后那个绿色就是说每一个资金还是投资资本每个资本它的一个增长趋势。
Now, one thing it's very important in different countries, maybe also in your country, in China and other places, the productivity of the industry is usually very high. But believe it or not, in Israel, actually the productivity of the agricultural industry is the biggest. Even the agricultural industry is a very small of the total GDP. Why? Because there is more technology. We are able to produce more by less water. And the efficiency of productivity is the result of contribution of the high-tech and the research. Here you see the productivity changes of the industry transportation that is lower than the agriculture. So this is interesting to understand that while the agriculture is not the biggest industry in Israel, it's the most productive part of the whole country. Okay, this is something that you have to remember. Now, I will tell you why in a moment.
它这个讲的是以色列农业占它的 GDP 不是最大的一个部分，但是呢，它是一个发展的比较快的一个部分。因为它的这个效率和这个产量呢，直接影响了它这个高科技这个农业科技的这个发展。
Okay, the key of success, first that we're a small country. The close relation between the research that is done in this scientist place, the farmers and the extension. The extension is the relation between the transfer of any type of knowledge from the research to the farmer is done by the extension. So this is the way things are placed in Israel. I just came from China. And there is a lot of research in the universities, but the contact with the farmers is not direct. And this is the key point of the transfer, fast transfer of knowledge.
他说他们这个成功有几个主要的原因就是说他们能够很快的把他们的研究出来的东西转换到就是和农业真正农业结合起来。
Okay, nowadays, now as a scientist, the important as a personal scientist, I have to produce research and high tech, and I have to create conditions to increase productivity. So this is the way we are teach in this institute to be highly productive, to help the growers to get high productivity. So now, so what do we do? Now, a typical landscape in the southern Israel many years ago, and in some place now is like that. So in 1959, this is what you saw. 1979, this is what you saw, and 2000, you see a lot of greenhouse. So this is actually what we have in the south. A lot of greenhouse, a lot of research, a lot of development. Still very not as much as in the north. So it's very clear the irrigation methods are the key point for the whole development. No water, no development. So this, the combination between efficient moving irrigation system and different way of soil tillage, this is what create a better handling of the soil.
他刚刚给我们介绍是说以色列最南部的那一部分的近年来的发展情况，它最开始是类似于沙漠一样的土地，然后慢慢的近年来就是多了很多这温室，有很多农业在里边。然后他刚刚说的，在南部呢，他们发展出了很多那个高科技技术，很多有效率的，像他们的滴灌技术，像他们的这个犁土的一个技术。
Okay, so irrigation and water management, this is the key point for the whole development in Israel. And drip irrigation.
这是他们的滴灌技术。
But not only that, because not only the importance is not only transfer, getting water, but also saving of water. For what does it mean, saving of water? Saving is water is nowadays a lot of this, the growth, for example, of banana is done under net, plastic net. This is the type of nets that you have. So these plastic nets that are covering the whole crop significantly reduce the amount of water of between 15 and 20% of consumption. So we use less water to get the same amount of production.
他们不仅要找到水资源，要利用好水资源，同时他们也要学会用一种新的方法来节约水资源。他举了一个例子，就是他们种香蕉的这个棚子里面，他们外面搭了一层这个网状的东西，就是我们左下角可以看到网状东西，这个就能节约很大的水资源。他说能够大概保证这个节约15%到20%左右。
So, but you see, the plastic nets might be of different colors, also because we have seen that different colors have a significant effect on improving the growth of the crop in flowers, in avocado. Here, interestingly, there is a UV block in plastic, very specific like that even prevent from virus attack of the plant. You see, these are the standard virus infected, and these are the highly resistant type of plant. Only because of this plastic that is covering the plant.
他们会用这些覆盖的东西来，就是各种颜色的这种覆盖物，然后把这个里面装的是不同的农产品，包括我们这边能看到他说被这个感染过的这样的农作物，然后也是他们标准的，然后旁边这个是高度这个塑料磨合起来的。
Okay, but not only that, in water, we treat wastewater for irrigation. All the water of all our homes, all around Israel, is connected and transferred to a place. So we clean the water and we start to reduce the use of fresh water that we take from the soil and use more waste water. So we are recycling the water that we are using at our home and using for agriculture. So this is mostly used for fruits and different orchards.
这就是他们怎么来面对这个废水的一个情况，他们利用这个生活废水来进行他们的浇灌，这就是他们的一个池子，他们会把比如说一个城镇附近的一些废水集合起来，然后进行回收利用，然后用来进行浇灌。旁边的曲线呢，就是他们每年这个新鲜水，淡水资源每年用量每年减少，但是呢，它的回收水资源每年的用量在增加。
Now we are using also in a different way approach more saline water for irrigation. Some in the southern part of Israel we are irrigating also with saline water olive trees. Now this is something new because since we don't have fresh water, we are using what is saline water. That is not so very good, but still we are getting our trees are growing very nice. This is used in olive. So
他们这个就是说，他们用咸水来进行灌溉。旁边这个图呢，就他举的一个例子，就是他们的橄榄树，这是他们一个成功的案例，就是说用咸水能够使橄榄树成长。然后虽然说他们这个技术非常新，他们还没有广泛的推广下去，但是他们这个已经在慢慢开始利用这个技术了。
So what I want you to understand that there is no one way of solving the problem. Using irrigation methods, it's not enough. You have to prevent the waste of water. At the same time, you have to use whatever water you have. Sometimes it's not good, like this saline water. So this is what you have to remember. And here you see, for example, desalination water. This is water that we take from the Mediterranean Sea. The Mediterranean Sea, maybe you have been in the beach. The irrigation with desalinated water. This is we invest a lot of energy and taking the salt from the water, and we can use it for banana. And so you see here, if you compare the desalinated water in blue, that the level of production becomes very similar to the normal type of irrigation water. So this is something that we are using nowadays.
这个就是他们的海水净化这个灌溉技术，他们就是投资了很多在这个我们第一个图片就是他们的海水净化工厂，他们投资了很多人力物力在这上面，然后现在他们净化出来的这些水呢，全部都是由地中海的海水来的，现在他们已经可以用这个净化出来的水来做一些香蕉的等等之类的农作物的灌溉了。旁边这个曲线呢，就是说他们这个利用蓝色线就是他们利用这个海水净化出来的海水灌溉的一个曲线。
This is just a summary of what the importance of all the technology. Just to give you an idea, in 1965, this is the amount of water we use, about 5,000 liters to grow. And the amount of production of banana was very low, about 2,200. Now, as during all the years, when we include this new technology, drip irrigation, the amount of water that we use decreased, and the production already increased. Now, when we use the screening, the plastic screening, even the production increased even more, and the water consumption decreased. Now we are using irrigation with desalinated water, and we are using less and less water, and the production even is higher. So this is actually the technology that I will and improved productivity that I was talking to you.
这个就是他们每年从1960年时候开始，他们当时是红色的线代表他们当年的这个用水量，然后黑色的就代表他们当年香蕉的产量。这个例子呢，就是以当年这个约旦河谷那边种植香蕉为例子，然后他们当时的用水量很高，但是收成很少。那么一直到了他们的滴灌技术开始生产、开始发明，然后他们就慢慢用水量减少，然后产量提高，一直到他们刚刚所说的这个塑料的那种温室开始发明出来之后，他们每年的用水量就逐渐减少，然后每年的产量就逐渐提高，一直到现在他们开始用了海水净化技术之后，他们的这个每年的用水量已经到了最低点，然后产量也是到了最高点。
Okay, but nowadays our scientists are not only dealing with applying a new agriculture method, but the precision agriculture. How precise is the treatment that we apply? So, for example, and this is, you know, what is this? This small drone is used for detecting if the possibility of if there is a over-irrigator or under-irrigated zone. So he takes a picture and he can detect that normal irrigation and over-irrigation. So in such a way, he can very easily give to the grower the indication where he has to irrigate. Everything is determined by the thermal and hyperspectral imaging. Why thermal? Now the plants that are usually the plant have a heating the same as we have here. Whenever we run and we sweat, the plants also are sweating constantly. Now, if there is no water, if there is no water, actually the plants have more heat. So that's the way you can detect more or less heating by a camera that is placed in the drone. So this is a very simple way that was developed in Israel, but using this thermal hyperspectral imaging.
那这个就是他们的一个精准灌溉的一个系统，就是用它这个无人机做一个遥感器，然后它拍一些照片，然后这个照片就会显示出来，就是什么是这个普通的灌溉，什么需要再更多的灌溉。那么同时，刚刚他讲了一个温度的事情，就是说它能够精准的识别出来这片土地通过温度，因为这片土地比如说水浇的比较少，所以它的热度就会比普通的浇够了的土地要热一些。通过这个来判断出来哪些土地需要更多的灌溉。
So you see, the precision is present in all the machinery that we use in agriculture. The tractor has a computer with camera, and he can detect where he sprays and to spray wherever is needed, and not to spray wherever is not needed. So this is a lot of has a significant effect on the environment.
这个就是他们现在所用的很多自动化的农业工具，包括像它这个车里面就装了什么电脑呀，然后各种各样的这个摄像头啊等等。
Now you can do it satellite remote sensing. This is very simple. Nowadays Israel has a satellite that goes over Israel every 2 days, so you can see they can detect from the satellite and determine the fish and water irrigation management based on satellite real-time data.
这个就是他们现在的这个卫星遥感器卫星遥感技术，就是通过他们最新的这个科技，就是卫星遥感，来预测、来评估他们这个农业水的这个用量，然后也能根据这个来实时获得它农田的实时信息。
Okay. Now, the use of greenhouse has been for many years one of the key points of Israel industry The problem is usually places like, for example, in China, close to Beijing or Lanzhou, where I was staying, very cold, and in winter you need heating. And here in Israel, you see, you grow here the plants, but everything is heating because that's the way you have. You have different type of heating ways by tubing. Now we have developed in the Volcanic Center, we have developed new method for heating all the greenhouses that are cheaper and more efficient. And this is of highly importance for supplying, I would say, any type of vegetables in winter.
这个就是他们那个温室的科技系统。我们前面所看见的呢，就是现在以色列大量运用出来的这个温室系统，然后它能够帮助，比如说他说他之前去北京去那个甘肃的时候，那边很冷，冬天很冷，特别冷，那么这个就能帮助调控他们的温度，使他们更温暖一些。这是他们通常用的。然后旁边呢是他们这个中心改进后的一个这个加热器，他们这个更便宜而且更有效率。
Now, a lot of work has been done for breeding program. These are the 7 biblical species of Israel: the pomegranate, the fig, the grape, the barley, wheat, dates, and olive. Now, we have done a lot of breeding because usually the usual way in agriculture is importing cultivars from different countries. We have imported some cultivars from China, from United States, from Australia, but a lot of things we have been developing here in Israel. Now, the basis for fruit quality is that the genetic diversity. You need to have diversity. In Israel, there is no genetically modified type of fruits. We don't have anything. Everything is the result of crosses. So you cross this with this, and you look for having a better type of quality. The same is the richness of breeding is the genetic diversity, because you have to have different type of qualities so you can cross them.
这个他最开始展示的呢，就是以色列圣经里面记载的以色列的几种水果、蔬菜等等。然后后来呢，他刚刚介绍的是，他说以色列这个，以色列它没有它基因改造过的这样的水果蔬菜，这些都是通过那个杂交或者嫁接来的，通过提高它们的这个多样性，再来提高它们的这个质量。这个同时也是他的举的另外一个例子，一个西瓜的例子。
Okay, so we have in Israel a lot of new cultivars that fits of avocado, of figs, of mango, of pomegranate, and for each particular cultivar, a significant amount of time has been done. Now, the breeding program now, beside of yield, beside of shelf life, taste, nutrition, now we are looking for stress resistant to different stresses, and that's what we are doing now.
这个就是他们刚刚所说过了，从最开始这样一个发展到现在呢，就是他们要对这个生物这个提供更高的那个抗压的能力。
Now, and this has resulted in very interesting type of cultivars that have been sold to Chile, Australia. Now, one of the important things that in all this research is the capability of the scientists to think. And for example, one of the interesting things is that some very nutritional and very good compounds that are present in the grape peel, that extracts of the peel of the grape, that are good for preventing heart diseases. And this type of compound, you can buy it in the pharmacy here. This is a product with positive action in the bloodstream and heart, in the heart, and is marketed in Israel. So what is important here is that we take it from the peel of the grapes. So nothing chemically.
这个就是他们通过这个把这个剥掉葡萄之后呢，他们新的研发出来的一些产品，就是说能够什么对这个血管呐、然后心血管等等的有一些好处。
But at the same time, you know, a lot of our research is dedicated in order to help the consumer. For example, they develop a new machine to retrieve these arils, these small arils that are inside of the pomegranate. You know, you sell this in such a way. This is a new type of approach. Instead of open the whole pomegranate, you can buy this aril separately. Now these machines has been developed in Israel and is very efficiently used in other countries. But
刚刚那个机器就是他举的一个石榴的例子啊，这个机器就是能够快速的给石榴剥皮，然后把它里面的那个果肉拿出来，然后生产到市场上面去卖，这个已经非常广泛的在以色列运用出来了。
But at the same time, we are developing new cultivars of tomato that enrich with carotenoid, lycopene, that are very healthy for our health. And you know, so in such a way you can sell this tomato in higher prices because they are very specific. So this type of tomatoes are this you see it in Israel. This very dark type of tomato they develop elite fresh market tomato that has enriched with functional metabolite like carotenoids.
这就是他们研发出来的各个有不同的这个种类的番茄，然后每一种各个不同的番茄提供不同的可能侧重点不同，提供更多的营养啊、维他命啊等等之类的。这个黑色的呢，就是他们新研制出来的这个种类的番茄。
Now at the same time, we can use the tomato to produce extract the lycopene, the carotenoids, and sell it very easily. Or it's in a different ways that this lycopene it's a cancer-preventing heart disease. So it's very important to develop this type of tomato.
这一个种类的番茄呢，就是能够防癌，然后也能对这个心脏非常好的一个种类的番茄。
Now, in recent time, just to give you an idea. There is a lot of work on molecular analysis, genetic analysis, and a lot of work has been done in what we call genome editing and breeding. So this is a new approach for breeding. Why? Because to develop one single cultivar, it might take 20, 30 years. 30 years of crossing. Now, all this genetic editing with new technologies might take 2-3 years to obtain a new type of crops. So this is what we are doing now.
这个就是他们的也是新发明的一个机器，因为过去呢，刚刚说的那些什么嫁接啊、杂交啊等等技术，可能要花这个30多年左右的时间。那么运用这个机器呢，可能现在大概在2到3年左右就能够完成刚刚所说的。
Okay. You see, develop new cultivars of tomato, new cultivars of melon. So all this by genetic modification. We are not selling that, but we are testing the capability to develop this type of thing. New cultivar of tomato. this is a very interesting tomato because, for example, here the tomato dry on the vine, so you can harvest the tomato already dry. And now, why it is important? It is important because sometimes the ketchup companies they usually dry the tomato before they extract the ketchup. Most of the tomato has 80% of water, so they don't. The ketchup company don't need the water; they need only the pulp. So if you harvest a dry tomato, they are making a lot of solving a lot of problems and a lot of money. So these are things that you know, using new technologies, and the whole thing is the tomato have bigger holes in their peel, so that's why they lose more water.
这个他刚刚展示的呢，就是通过他们现在刚刚那个机器研发出来的一些水果蔬菜。前面那个西瓜呢，是那个有一些各种种类的西瓜呢，他们现在是没有卖的。然后现在这个番茄呢，第一个图片也是野生番茄和他们研制出来的番茄的一个对比。那么他刚刚着重说明了一下下面的这个看着有点慢慢变干的这个番茄呢，它是说一般番茄里面有包含80%的这个水分，但是这种呢就能够，因为它的研制的时候呢，它就专门在它的那个皮上面就有一些小洞之类的，所以它就很快的水分就流失了，所以它能干下来。这也对某一些这个供应商呢，也能通过这种种类的番茄来这个卖得很好。
Okay, now one of the also very important things getting close to the end. Is the food losses. So we are losing a lot of our production. We lose food. We lose food during production, during storage, during processing, packing, marketing, and this is actually itself that about 30 to 40% of all the production, almost half of or more than at least 1/3. Up to half of the production we are losing because we don't know how to keep it. For example, we are losses on in different ways. Rejected banana that are thrown away. Food losses during storage, a lot of decay. Fruit losses during because of shape. For 20% of the carrots are not. These are things that you can eat this, but they don't look nice whenever you want to buy it in the supermarket. I was in Taiwan this summer, and everything was very nice. You cannot eat this type of. I don't know in your country how are the supermarket, but everybody wants to eat a very straight carrot, not a split type of carrot. The carrot is the same, but it doesn't look nice. So now you have a lot of losses during marketing.
他刚刚这里讲的就是关于他们食品的这个流失。他们说，在他这个水果蔬菜最开始采摘，一直到他们上市的这个整个过程中呢，他们会流失大概30%到40%左右的这个食物有些时候甚至会超过一半，那至少也有1/3。刚刚他所展示的几个例子呢，就是在储存的时候，比如刚刚那发霉的那个橙子，还有那个胡萝卜，是因为它的形状看起来不那么好，所以它就没有人买说他今年去那个台湾的时候，看见所有东西都是非常好的，不管是外形还是颜色，看起来都非常好因为只有这样才卖得出去。
Okay, for sure we have a lot of food losses during consumption, that food without consumption we throw away. So there are a lot of proper post-harvest operation that we are developing here to reduce these losses along the supply chain. And this is what I will show you some of the processes.
这就是因为这些食品的流失呢，所以他们对于这个 水果蔬菜采后技术的采后操作的这个就非常的仔细了。然后他现在会给我们展示，就一小部分的这个采后处理技术。
So, some innovation and sophistication in post-harvest practices. Okay, one of the things that we do in Israel is I'm not sure how I'm sure that in China, in the place I was, you didn't see, is for example grafted vegetable for better pre and post harvest quality. What does it mean, grafted vegetable? Vegetable, this whenever you plant this melon plant, you plant not a seed, but you plant a grafted seedling. So this part is from one type of cucurbit, and the other part is from melon. Now, what is the importance? The importance, we are interested in the melon fruit, but this part of the plant is more resistant to diseases that are present in the soil. So we combine two parts of different plants, and to have a better plant altogether. So this is done in China. They plant only one seed. Here we plant the whole seedling. So this is a very clever idea. If you have plants that are more resistant to soil disease, let's use it as the basis here, the rootstock. If we are interested in the fruit, let's use it as a sire.
这个就是他举的一个例子，为了更好的防治这个食物的流失呢，他就举了一个那个瓜类的例子，就是说我们要的是只是瓜类它上面一部分所结出来的果实啊，然后它下面一部分靠近根部的这一部分呢，就用一些比如说防癌啊，不是防病，然后这些很好的那些根部的植物的根部来，然后让两者进行结合，所以我们就能那个西瓜就会更好的这样成长下去。
Okay, so you see, this is the result of the yield of grafted fruit and non-grafted fruit. And this is the result of grafted fruit. Here a lot of fruit, and here no grafted.
这个就是结合了刚刚他所讲的那个那种两根植物结合在一起的西瓜，然后这个呢就是没有结合的情况。
So, but at the same time, you have to understand that the root has an effect on the quality. So this is something we have to test. We have to test if the fruit that are coming from the grafted seedlings are good enough or not good enough.
这是他们在测试从刚刚那样技术生产出来的西瓜的质量到底是好还是不好的。
Okay, now another very interesting subject is arugula or rucola. Do you know this type of salad? Usually, this type of salad it's seeded. You plant it and you harvest one time. Why you harvest one time? Because on the second time the second year start flowering. Now we develop one type of plant that does not flower, so we can continue harvesting the leaves for almost 4 times more than the 1 year. So this is what happened usually. This is the plant, and this is what happened with the commercial cultivar that flowers and you cannot harvest. While in the mutant, it shows this type of looking plant. Now, what it indicates that whenever you plant, you can harvest here 4 times more than in the commercial time. So, what does it mean? It means that we have improved productivity. for the same type of land, and for the same type of water, we are producing 4 times more. So these are good. Now, one thing I can tell, I want to tell you that not all the research is successful. Not always. This is not an insurance company that you always get money from them. No, there are a lot of years that you don't get things, but sometimes a small indication of thinking gives you a new idea, a new approach, and this is a very simple way.
这个他举了一个例子，就是说他们这种植物呢，就是一般当地人用来吃沙拉的。他们一般来说，只能采摘第一次，因为它第2次就开花了，就不能继续采摘了。所以他们现在新研制出来，就是说能够有4次的这个丰收，4次的这个采摘时间。然后呢，旁边这个就是它种植时候的样子。旁边这个对比呢，就是说它4次采摘之后和它这个普通的只能采摘1次的样子。然后，但是呢，他刚刚也说我们不是所有的研究都是成功的，还有很多失败的例子。但是呢，也不是说这里有个什么保险公司会给你钱之类的等等，他们也有很多失败的例子，然后很多年都是没有这个金钱收入的。
Okay, now we still are doing new experiment on prolonging shelf life of banana. This is a new approach of genetically modified. These are new cultivars that you see. These are wild types compared to new cultivar. The whole idea is to prevent ripening. Now, these are new cultivars that we are not selling, but it indicates that while the contour was already decayed, the banana here is still ready to be eaten. Now, it's not a cultivar that is commercially used.
这个技术就是说来延长香蕉的这个成熟的时间的，因为很多香蕉一摆上货柜，它很快就烂了嘛，成熟之后，这个就专门用来延长它成熟的时间，这样的话就能够在货柜上摆得更久一点。但是呢，这个技术现在并没有被这个广泛的运用下去。
So what a lot of work we have been investing just to in the 5-10 minutes I have. On how to reduce to make reduce residues of fungicide, because this is something that we have done for a long period of time. That we in Europe we cannot send fruit with a high residue of fungicide. So one of the very interesting machines that we have developed that I will show you in a moment also here is one machine that enables to wash very simple with hot water and cold water by brushing the fruit here at 55 degrees for 20 seconds. This type of crops. And with cold water, hot water, and at the end you get this type of response. Now this type of response are very high quality pepper compared to this one, and I will show you the machine outside so you can understand.
这个技术呢，就是说不仅是以色列，然后全球很多地方都面临着这个农作物它们的一个杀虫剂、杀菌剂的一个问题。怎么才能把遗留在农作物上面的杀虫剂、杀菌剂清洗干净？这个刚刚那个机器呢，就是展现出它等一下他说他也会带我们大家去看，就是运用-55摄氏度的那个水，然后冲洗，然后冲刷，然后这是原本的那个样子，然后后来就是冲刷之后的样子。
Now, these are very simple ideas. You understand? Very simple ideas that you can apply for tomato in a tray. You can apply for tomatoes also in this way, or in citrus. You see, you can apply in citrus, and all this is the idea is to reduce the amount of microorganisms on the fruit.
刚刚那个技术呢，不仅运用到那个刚刚展示的辣椒上面，也 可以运用到很多水果上面。他刚刚展示了什么西柚啊，然后其他的那种水果蔬菜。
Okay. Now we have developed in different ways. So, for example, steam disinfection technology. All this mostly for carrot. So everything is done physically. No fungicide, no chemical treatment. So this is considered biologically, and these are new technologies that we are using. Now, what I want you to show very shortly, another two type of technologies that we develop. Biological control, the use of yeast, natural yeast for control of diseases. This is something that we have developed in Israel, and a compound has become commercialized. So there are new approaches for disease control using yeast, natural yeast, that we can eat them without any problem. So this is something interesting.
刚刚那个就是他们现在发明出来那个抗一些癌变、抗一些那个疾病的那个东西，然后他们甚至说可以食用那个东西。
Okay. So here you see you can use it in many type of fruit. The same idea, and this is something that is being developed in other countries. I would like to, since we are running out of time, I want you to remember this thing. Modified atmosphere packaging is a map. It's something that you have been seeing in all your supermarkets. All the plastic bags that it's a modified atmosphere packaging. Now, the interesting thing is that using this type of plastic, you actually reduce the concentration of gases for respiration of the plant. And this is very important for hairs and other type of thing. Now, this type of plastic, you see, has been developed in Israel. You can see it, and what is interesting here is sometimes that they have micro perforations. If you look to the light, you will see very low, very small holes, and these holes are produced in the industry, and in such a way the grower can put everything, all the crop inside, and keep it in what is called modified atmosphere. In this condition, no water will be concentrated inside, and the concentration of CO2 and oxygen will decrease, and CO2 will increase. And these are the conditions to preserve the fruit. So all these plastic bags that you see in the supermarket, maybe not the same type of quality, but are the same idea of a modified atmosphere packaging, and is widely used in agriculture.
这个技术呢，就是他们的叫做自动储藏自发气调储藏那个技术，也叫那个塑料薄膜袋保鲜技术，就是运用这个刚刚他给大家展示的这种袋子呢。第二个袋子是更微型的一些，可以有一些小孔，可以调节它的里面的氧气和二氧化碳的含量，然后来使食物达到一个保鲜的作用。
So all the herbs in Israel that are exported in this type of plastic bag. All the different vegetable exported are in extended liner.
现在他给大家展示就是超市的，我们经常会在超市里面看到的一些刚刚所说的那种保鲜技术，所有的蔬菜呀，然后现在他所展示的这些胡萝卜等等，都可以运用这种技术来达到保鲜的目的。
So these are very sophisticated plastic bags that are important for the whole process of preservation. So you see, it can be used in different ways, in big containers or small containers. Now, I would like just to finish, before I finish, one small thing. A lot of things, do we do a coating of apples or, yes, we do edible coating. And this is edible coating are mostly produced by plastic, by sugar type of container instead of plastic. This is a new approach that is being tested in Israel, and this edible coating is a kind of sugar that preserves and give a high quality to the fruit instead of non-coated that the fruit is dry.
这是它的另外一种保鲜的技术，就是说给它涂层，但是涂层呢，并不是我们之前想象的说用什么塑料啊等等一些材料在食物上面涂层，这是它运用它这个上面涂一些糖分上去，可以很好的达到它保鲜的目的。
Okay, this is the result, and just to finish, a very interesting.